I'm about to share with you a horrifying story that happened yesterday on an international flight from Thailand to Germany. A 63-year-old man died in a gruesome way, and no one knows what caused it. Was it a deadly disease that could spread across the world? Was it Ebola, Marburg hemorrhagic fever, or some other deadly contagious virus? Who knows? They're not saying. You need to hear this. The man boarded the plane with his wife. He looked sick. He was sweating profusely, gasping for air, coughing up blood. Maybe he hid his symptoms to get on the plane, or maybe they got worse after the plane took off. Either way, he was a ticking time bomb. As the plane ascended, his condition deteriorated rapidly. He wasn't just coughing up blood anymore. He was hemorrhaging. Blood began to gush out of his mouth and nose like a faucet. It was a nightmare. The passengers around him began screaming. They were horrified and disgusted. They tried to move away, but there was nowhere to go inside that claustrophobic flying tomb. The flight attendants rushed to help him. They called for a medical professional. A nurse came first, then a doctor. But the doctor was Polish, and he couldn't communicate well with the crew or the man's wife. He checked the man's pulse and said he was okay. Okay? How could he be okay when he was bleeding to death? The plane was already in the air, heading to Germany. But then the man suddenly stopped breathing. His eyes rolled back in his head. His body went limp. His wife screamed in agony. The flight attendants refused to even attempt to do CPR because the man was literally drenched in blood. But it wouldn't have made any difference, even if they had. The man was dead. The plane returned to Thailand. The passengers were shocked and confused. What was going on? What did the man have? Was it contagious? Were they in danger? The plane landed in Thailand and the man's corpse was wheeled away from the aircraft. Now, you would think that everyone on that plane would have been sent straight to quarantine and kept there until the authorities in Thailand figured out what in the world had killed that poor passenger. But no, they were all told everything is fine. They were all free to go. Some of them got on the same plane. Some of them took a different flight. They just wanted to get out of there and forget what they saw. But they couldn't forget. They couldn't erase the image of the man's bloody face or the sound of his wife screaming with the smell of death in that aircraft. They had questions that no one could or would answer. They said he lost liters of blood. Liters. The human body contains just 5 liters of blood, for heaven's sake. Where are all those people now? The ones they just let go. The ones they allowed to get on airplanes to fly to Germany. The ones who are, at this very moment, walking around and they may be spreading whatever that man had to the rest of the world. There's a lot of talk these days about disease X. How worried should we be? Until next time.